Mitchell Robinson could be out for Game 3 of the playoffs, and we have to talk about this. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video, as we always do, because Mitchell Robinson, the man who has been putting Joel Embiid in jail, may be out for Game 3, as he is questionable due to a left ankle injury management, which, for those wondering, is the ankle that he had surgery on. Now, for you guys who remember that fateful day on December 9th of 2023, the weather was getting cold, it was Christmas season, we were feeling all good, and then it came out that Mitchell Robinson would get season-ending left ankle surgery. However, after the Knicks applied for that hardship exception, which is the way they announced to us that Mitch was out for the season, things changed. Essentially, they got that denied because it turned out that Mitch was going to be healthy before June, and he absolutely was. He was able to come back at the end of the regular season, and he struggled a bit. I think as a whole, we were all kind of worried about Mitchell Robinson, even though it was pretty clear he was just trying to get his rhythm back after he went down with that injury. But now he is back. He has been amazing for the Knicks in these first two games of the playoffs. He was amazing for the Knicks last year in the playoffs, and guarded Joel Embiid so well in Game 1. I mean, look at his numbers when he was guarded by Mitchell Robinson. Joel Embiid, in the 19 minutes that Mitch was the primary defender, came away with 7 points on 2 for 11 shooting, which is 18% from the field, 0 for 3 from 3, and as it mentions, though Robinson came off the bench, he ended up playing 30 minutes altogether while being Embiid's primary stopper until the game ended. That game, Isaiah Hartenstein only played 18 minutes as he was struggling more. Mitch came in and just did Mitchell Robinson things, reminded the world exactly who he is and why us Knicks fans always speak so highly on Mitch. And then last game, he played 18 minutes to Hartenstein's 30, and Hartenstein was great, obviously. Got that game-saving rebound, got that game-saving block, played excellent basketball, and Mitch, that second half, he was favoring that ankle a little bit. They're managing this injury. Obviously, he's still trying to come back from this ankle injury, get everything all good. But it sucks to see that he might not be at full strength for Game 3, if he even plays. Now, if he doesn't play, there is going to be some concern with the New York Knicks into regards of who is going to play. Will it be Precious Achiuwa? Will it be Jericho Sims? The Knicks have been going on an 8-man deep rotation, so they're going to have to use one of their big men, whether it's Precious or whether it's Jericho Sims. But it just kind of sucks because, look, when Mitchell Robinson is out on the court, we know one thing. You cannot trust the process anymore.
I trust you.
Look, you can't trust the process because that is what Mitchell Robinson will do to you. You just have to understand, Mitchell Robinson is still the best defender on the New York Knicks, or at least the best big man defender on the New York Knicks. Before he went down with that injury, we were all in agreement that he looked like an absolute defensive player of the year candidate. Like, despite the fact that him and Isaiah Hartenstein are very good friends, Mitch doesn't want to lose his job. He didn't want to lose that starting job, even though he's cool with it because of how cool him and Hartenstein are with each other. But I think we all kind of have the same thing in mind of Mitch is probably a better defender than Isaiah Hartenstein is, and he definitely has done better on Joel Embiid this series, where Embiid on the series is 6 for 18 when Mitchell Robinson is his defender. That is 33% from the field. Now, Joel Embiid has not been held to a very good series at all. If you look at the 76ers stats for the first two games of this playoff series, it's evidently clear that Tyrese Maxey is, one, balling out, but also the primary guy who's been beating the New York Knicks more than Embiid has. And is that partially because the Knicks are focused on Embiid more? Absolutely. But you still can't discount the fact that Tyrese Maxey's doing his thing. And outside of him, nobody is doing their thing on the 76ers. The Knicks have done a great job making only Embiid or Tyrese Maxey beat them. But one of the reasons why that idea is working is because you have OG Anunoby on Tyrese Maxey, and you have Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein on Joel Embiid. Embiid does not have a minute on the court where he is not being defended by a starting level NBA center. Now he will next game. in game 3, if Mitch is not healthy, either way, he's going to be playing a little banged up. And I know Embiid is playing a little banged up too, so maybe it evens itself out. But I don't care. I don't want an even playing field against the 76ers. Who in their right mind wants an even playing field in the NBA playoffs? No, you want your team to win. Yeah, it sucks Embiid is hurt. I feel bad for the guy in a way that he's injured. I know he just wants to be healthy. But that's not the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. There's a million ways of those saying, and I forgot all of them in that instance because I'm just so smart. But no, for real, it would suck if the Knicks are missing Mitchell Robinson for game 3. If he's back for game 4, it'll be fine. But that does up the chances that the Knicks do lose game 3. I don't want to lose game 3. If the Knicks win game 3, they're up 3-0 against the 76ers. And we saw what Joel Embiid looked like at the end of game 2. He had his head down. He's like, we're the better team. We should be up 2-0. This is ridiculous. Yeah, that's really the mindset of someone who really wants to win a playoff series. No, it's absolutely not, dude. So I don't want any chance in the world where the 76ers can get momentum. The Knicks are clearly better than them. They clearly want this more. Let's not give them any hope. Let's go into their house, kick them while they're down, take their lunch money, spend it out with the hottest girl in school. I don't know where this analogy's going. Take her on a date and run it back in game 4, bro. I want this series done. I want it over with. I said on the video with Sean, I don't think it's going to be a 4-game series. I just don't. I think the Knicks are going to probably win in game 5. I do think the 76ers, and I've thought this the entire time, I thought the Knicks would win the first 2 games, and then they'd drop 1 in Philly, win 1 in Philly, maybe not necessarily in that order, and then go on to winning game 5. Now, if Mitch is not here in game 3, I would predict that game 3 is the game the Knicks lose. The 76ers are upset. They're whining. They're just upset. They're just upset because I don't want to curse. And essentially what's happening is they're going to come out and try to punch the Knicks in the mouth in the first 2 minutes of this game. They're going to go out there and try to do what they've done the last 2 games and gain a good lead, except this time hold it because they know that it's not safe because the New York Knicks are coming for them. But at the same time, I don't want the Knicks to go down at all in the start of a game, especially when they don't have the crowd to carry them back into it. And without Mitch in game 3, I would assume that Joel Embiid goes for like 40-something points. 76ers fans are like, oh, yeah, we're coming back. We're coming back. And then they're going to lose the next 2 games. But like still, I don't want that to happen. I don't want Mitchell Robinson to be out. Or Embiid is going to go for 40-something points because Hartenstein can't play 48 minutes. He's a big man. No big man can. Obviously, as we saw with those stats, Embiid's not playing over 40 minutes because it's a bad idea. Healthy or not, he probably wouldn't be. It's not a good idea for a big guy. He'll get hurt that way. He's 7 feet tall. He's carrying a lot of weight. You can't play him over 40 minutes consistently. And because of that, that's why having 2 very good starting level centers, 2 guys who could start at center on a championship team is so important for the Knicks, especially when you're going against a team whose franchise and best player happens to be the second best player in the NBA, who happens to be the reigning MVP, who also, happens to be a center. I don't like the idea of the Knicks losing game 3. I would rather, if Embiid has to go for 50 points, I would rather it be in game 4. Because then the Knicks can still have a 3-1 lead. A 2-1 lead is way less safe. Now, the Knicks, they've had the 76ers number all season. They've lost 1 game to them, and it was the lowest scoring game in, 15 years? Because the Knicks offense just couldn't get going at all. They still held the 76ers offense to struggle. The Knicks have done an excellent job at making sure that no one on the 76ers who isn't an all-star is playing anything better than what they should be. They've made them all play worse outside of maybe Kyle Lowry, whose stats are inflated because game 1 he played really well. It's not like he was great in game 2. The Knicks need to prevent the 76ers from their role players taking off. And with that, they also have more of a margin for error against Embiid and against Maxey, but you still have a certain level that you can't let them cross. It's tough to beat a team when one of their players scores 50 points, regardless of who it is, because it's just such a huge amount, especially when we're talking playoffs, when these games are capping out at around 100. If your star player can score an average of half your team's points, then you just need the other star player to play pretty well and the role players to not completely sell the game away, and you're going to win. So the Knicks could be in some trouble in game 3. Also, they're still the better team. They still have the energy. They have the momentum. They're going into Philadelphia. Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, all Villanova guys. I know it's not exactly Philadelphia, but it's kind of close. It's Pennsylvania. It's got the whole vibe. Knicks are going in there. And look, Tom Thibodeau don't quit. These Tom Thibodeau teams do not quit. So hopefully it all works out. Hopefully Mitchell Robinson can play in game 3. There's absolutely a chance that he can. Sounds like regardless, he'll be back game 4. The Knicks need to hold on to this series. Guys, I'm so happy to be in playoffs. I forget how much I love this because I'm still new to it. Look, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm 22 years old. I'm new to playoffs still because I've seen it last year. I saw it in 2021. Wow, I'm losing time or something. And in that process, I've seen one first-round exit in a quick series where we were just happy to be there. And then last year where we honestly did better than expectations. But now I'm hungry. It's like a drug. You just don't ever want to stop once you get there. So, or I'd assume I don't take drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. But yeah, that's really all I got. Guys, have a great day. I love these playoffs, man. Let's beat Philadelphia in 4. Let's get this thing done. 76ers, 86ers, 96ers, 76 excuses. I don't care. Knicks in 4. Have a great day, baby. Go Knicks.